Hey guys, so I'm back again. Sorry, I know it's been a while, just getting into the swing of things with clinical and doing my weekly chart reviews and all the studying of all the new things I'm learning and seeing. I don't want to do a full update or review on clinicals quite yet. I'd like to finish them first. I still have a few more weeks, and then I can certainly go over a lot of the things that were used or things that we focused on since it was my first clinical experience. Today I just wanted to talk about some of the things you can do to make your life a little bit easier during the clinical process, if that makes any sense. Because we're having so many new experiences, I think it's important for any student and anyone in the medical industry, not even just us students, to remember to take care of yourself during that process. So I just wanted to share some of the things that I've been doing to try to make my week go a little bit easier during clinical, and a few of the things that I wish maybe I would have started a little bit earlier. First and foremost, I do want to say that obviously these tips might not work for everybody because everyone has a different experience and everyone has their own routine of what they do to try to take care of themselves and stay healthy, or things that make their life easier. Something I wish I had started before clinicals, honestly, was some more strength training and cardio. Now again, this is going to vary from person to person. I feel there's a lot of physical demands in respiratory therapy that I hadn't quite accounted for. I knew it was going to be a very physical job, don't get me wrong, but I wish I had perhaps started doing some strength training a little bit earlier for my back and arms, just because when you are in a code, if you are the one doing compressions, it is deceivingly difficult if you've never done them before. So if you don't have a lot of muscle in your back and your arms areas like that, you may not be able to perform compressions for as long as you would like to. So that's something I've started trying to work on, is some strength training in my upper body, because if a code is ever called, I do like to go to everyone that I can to get experience and try to help and do anything I can to help that process along. But I wish I would have started that strength training process before clinicals so that I could have more muscle mass in order to be able to perform for longer. Also, I have found that getting a gym routine going again has also been a great stress reliever for me. It helps me focus a little bit more, which is also nice, because going to clinicals can be demanding both mentally and physically. Not only are you seeing a lot of new things and having a lot of new experiences, it is a physical job, and also you end up staying up all night to study afterwards of all the new things that you have encountered. Something else that I have tried to do to make my clinical day go easier is I will prepare everything the night before. I will lay my scrubs out, my shoes, I'll get my food together the night before, any snacks, anything at all that I will be taking, I make sure I have it ready to go. That way when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to worry about missing anything. So it makes at least the morning before heading to clinicals a little bit less stressful, and it makes you a little more organized. That way, if you are getting up a lot earlier, for example, I wake up probably around 4 a.m. for my clinicals, which before starting them was not a norm for me. So the first week especially, I was still getting used to that. Next thing, speaking of getting up really early, try to get some sleep. I know it's hard, and I even have trouble following this because you get nervous, you might have a million things you want to study from what you saw the day before, but it's so important to try to get some sleep, because if you're tired, you're groggy, you're not going to be performing at your best, most likely. At least that's the case for me, because I like my sleep. If you do have trouble sleeping, I wouldn't recommend using sleep aids, because a lot of times those are going to make you feel groggy. I've been trying to use various teas, just natural teas with like chamomile, relaxing teas without any caffeine, to have something nice and warm to drink before I go to sleep, to help relax a little bit and help me sleep through the night. And that seems to have helped a little bit. If you guys do anything like that, let me know. Some people do yoga before they go to bed, I've heard, or they'll work out before they go to bed, and that helps them kind of relax. But let me know what you guys do. Next thing, it might seem like common sense to a lot of people, but it's make sure you eat breakfast and bring snacks with you when you go. Like I said, it might sound like common sense, but a lot of people, either maybe you're not a breakfast person. I know not everyone eats breakfast first thing in the morning, and it can be hard when you're changing your schedule, getting up really early, or even if you're the type of person that when you're nervous, you can't eat very well. But eating breakfast is so important because you never know what type of day you're going to have. You'll certainly have time to eat at some point, but you need to make sure that just in case, you know, you're very busy and you don't get to eat until 2 o'clock for some reason, that you've had breakfast and that you have brought, you know, snacks that you can eat in between those meals. A couple of things that I like to do for breakfast that are easy, that way I don't have to think about it too much in the morning, because I'm also not a morning person. I have like 2 cups of coffee before I'm even functioning. So sometimes I will make what's called overnight oats the night before while I'm preparing the rest of my stuff, which basically, if you like oatmeal, you take a cup of oatmeal, or half a cup of oatmeal. Maybe I should have looked up this recipe. Basically, you take the normal amount of oatmeal you'll eat, and you can either put Greek yogurt or almond milk, whatever type of thing that you like in there, along with any fruits, berries, cinnamon, whatever you like. Sometimes I'll put protein powder in it to make it a little bit more filling. And then you just cover it, put it in your fridge overnight, and when you wake up in the morning, it's absorbed at whatever liquid you've chosen to put in there, and you can eat it quickly. Something that I know other people do, that if they have a nervous stomach and they can't eat very well on a nervous stomach, they'll do smoothies. Just make sure if you do a smoothie though, I would recommend adding some type of protein to it, whether it be actual protein powder or like peanut butter, flax seeds, chia seeds, whatever you like. Just make sure that you're getting some substance in your breakfast, because I have heard stories of people that, you know, whether they weren't a breakfast eater or maybe nervous so they couldn't eat breakfast, and then they had a really busy day and they ended up getting weak and fainting on their clinicals. So just make sure you eat and that you bring something extra. And also, if I see any of you guys at clinicals, I always have a lot of food with me, whether it's protein bars, trail mix, something. If you're hungry and you haven't had something and you happen to see me, you can ask me, I'll give you a protein bar if I have one. If you guys did anything to prepare for your clinicals, definitely let me know. Leave comments down below. And also, I did try out the compression socks and they're a lifesaver. Just want to throw that out there. I can tell a huge difference between the days that I use them and don't, and my feet hate me on the days I don't use them. So those actually did work out well. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out my old video where I told you guys the types of things I was going to be bringing to clinicals, and I'll put a little link or something either on this video or somewhere down below. But anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video. For those of you in clinicals, I hope you're having a great time. If you guys have questions, suggestions for anything you want to hear me talk about, or even anything you do to get ready for your clinicals, leave it down below, and I will talk to you guys later, okay? Hey guys, so I'm back again. I want to start it out like that, I don't know. Share some of the things that or maybe a nervous, or I can't talk. I think I'm just gonna start this whole thing over.